Hi, Eris, and another hello to weird. It looks like it's weird. W31RD0 space I3M0N who is following our gaming TikTok, so hello to them. Today we are trying to play another short little game that is called, it's got a very lengthy title. It is Little Girl on Earth asking why she asking why. I don't know if you saw that disclaimer that just popped on, but hey, I haven't played yet. I don't know what's in it, but it may have disturbing imagery, so if that's not for you, get out of here. What is your name? Is it my name, or like what I should be naming the little girl? Well, my name is Bella. She will wake up on the beach. She will stand up and open her eyes. The story will end at the same place where it started. Great Bella, you are welcome to this new world. Your new world. Now that the sun has risen, when the moon shows its face, the place will remain the same. When the time comes, the decision to stop everything will be yours. And above all, never forget this. It is you, and only you, who put yourself in this situation. You chose it. You gave it importance, you created its being. Always remember that. Thus, the universe was created. Ooh! This smell, you recognize it well. It's the smell of the sea. Just want to say before we go any further, that was so cool. I loved that music in the background. I love stuff like that. I don't know how to describe what that kind of stuff is and what those kind of sentences are, but I like them. I like that. I think I just really like acknowledging. I like games that acknowledge the viewer and make you really feel like you're a part of it. The weather is really, really bad. The wind blows strongly against your face. It feels rather cold, and logically, a little girl is standing in front of you. Hello! I'm Bella. That intro made me feel like I'm the god of this place, so I am your god. That's a strange... Okay, no, that's her speaking. Okay. That's a strange way to wake me up, don't you think? Did you sleep well at least? Who are you? We shouldn't immediately start with on too much of an interrogatory tone. Did you sleep well at least? Oh. Nap, thanks for asking. I got an achievement. Nap, thanks for asking. She seems very confused by my question. Wow. That's new. Is it? I mean, everything feels new to me. I've never been here before. Not a single second of my existence did I ever think that sleeping could be a bad thing. Well, I didn't mean to make it sound like a bad thing. Well, I guess if you've never existed before and you get asked if something was good, that implies that it could be bad. My bad. I've just introduced you to the concept of sleeping bad. That's on me. You just taught me that you can sleep badly. That's what I just figured out. I just figured that out based on what you said. I'm so sorry. And teaching me something here is both unusual and at the same time common. Well, if we're both new, you're probably going to be constantly learning stuff from me. I'm very knowledgeable. I'm very wise and knowledgeable. What does it even mean to sleep badly? That usually means that you're not actually sleeping. That's why it's called sleeping badly, because you're doing a bad job at sleeping. Having nightmares, for example. I guess that too. But I think if you get nightmares, that's not you doing a bad job at sleeping. That's just you having bad experience with sleep. You're having a bad experience with sleep, but you're still doing a good job at sleeping. Meh. I really don't think nightmares will ever be my bed here. Still, I learn things with you around. I like her cute little... Oh, she's so cute. I like her outfit. You must be some kind of psychopath who came to kidnap the little girl I am in this story. Huh? You must be some kind of psychopath who came to kidnap the little girl I am in this story. I did not. I don't know what I came here for because I didn't really have any expectations or desires when joining this game, but I don't want to kidnap you. If I have the okay guys, if we get a button that says kidnap the girl, we're not going to, unless she is in danger, and in which case I feel the only way to save her is by kidnapping her. Just want to make that clear. But I think you're funny, and looking at you more closely, you don't give me the creeps. I'm glad I don't give you the creeps. Got any other stupid questions to ask me by any chance? Well, now I don't want to ask any questions. You've made me feel dumb. Who are you? Oh, new expression. My brain seems to ask me that sometimes, but I think knowing is beyond my strength. It is very hard to know yourself, but we are asking in a very basic way. Do you have a name? Any general information about you? I think she's just called the little girl. I mean, for a morning, it's a pretty annoying question too. Yeah, I guess you don't really want to think about the deepness of what it means to be who you are early in the morning. Existential. You're making it existential by reading into it to that degree, okay? It doesn't have to be existential if you don't want it to be. Ah, hell. I'm not good at this stuff. You're not, frankly. This is quite an unpleasant conversation. You're being quite rude. Let's pretend we don't know each other. We don't know each other. I mean, I don't know you. Do you know me? Actually, it did sound like, based on what you've said, that we've met up a few times. Can you tell me where to start, please? Where do you start? I say ask what your favourite colour is. Do you at least know your name? I thought about it carefully, and honestly, the most logical answer to that question seems to be Umi? Ami? I'm gonna go with Umi. Don't you think? I mean, you could have whatever name you want to have. So if you want to be called Umi, then you can be Umi. Assuming that I'm saying it right. And what are you doing here, Umi? You sure ask a lot of questions. Well, you did ask me at one point if I had any more questions. That did kind of prompt me to ask more questions. That's kind of the point of an introduction, though. Am I the guest? Or the one welcoming you? That's a good point. I would say you're the one welcoming me, because this beach seems to be your home, or the closest thing you have to a home, and I'm new, so... Let's say I'm the one welcoming you. Yeah! See, we're on the same wavelength. Otherwise, we'll never get anywhere. And I hate it when conversations get awkward. Hey, the conversations going awkward isn't the end of the world. This is a big effort for a child, you know, so be nice to me. I'm doing my best. I must remind myself that you are a small child, and so I should not get too mad. The most accurate description of this pile of things around us, made of small, scratchy grains, and a large bucket of water in front of them, is more commonly called by most people on Earth a beach. Yay, beach. I do really like her expression right now. Since that seems logical and normal, I suggest we call it a beach too. Yeah, we could call it a beach too. I'm up for that. I do like being logical. And that makes perfect sense. Yes.
Let's say you had a choice. The rules here are actually quite simple, and they've been the same since the beginning. I still remember them like it was yesterday, from my very first breath of air, from the moment I opened my eyes. You just have to live. Live.
Live?
Yes.
Oh,
Live. I haven't found any other official rule to this day, but I know that you have to live. It's strange, but the moment you imagine any way to stop it, the universe will never leave you alone.
that's very profound.
My body seems made to live.
Also very profound. But yes, I agree. We are biologically structured to live, almost no matter what, until we have to die. That's why, you can't hold your breath long enough to kill yourself. You can't.
It does everything to live.
Mm-hmm.
To survive. All the time.
Our bodies do weirdly just exist to exist, and their only function is to live as long as possible, creating an obsession with not dying and living. So it's very peculiar that you seem so adamant on not living and wanting to do something other than that. How long are you going to keep ignoring it? Speak! Tell me. We'll be gentle. I mean, neither of these are gentle. These seem both quite, pressury. But, I'll do a gentle tell me, ... Oh, she's not happy with me. God, imagine how sad she would have been if I yelled speak at her. Oh. What happened to the beach?
Some grains seem to have mutated and changed colour, but don't imagine anything cool about it. That beach over there is much denser than normal and escapes all logic.
Yeah, get that illogical beach out of here. I want my logical, predictable, common beach.
It completely escapes my understanding. Anxiety rises easily there. The times I tried to venture into it were never good experiences. I feel like I keep nothing from them. Except a vague, traumatic memory. It's like an answer trying to reach me, like a message the beach is sending me. But my brain will probably never escape.
Never accept.
I even feel like I already exploded there.
Yeah, the illogical beach is also messing with the sound. I don't appreciate that.
Just looking at it. There's nothing more to say, and it must have been an eternity since I last dared to step foot there. I call that thing paradise.
Ooh, that's an interesting word to pick. Paradise. Something that, I think that's cool, to call something that provides so much, not provides, but creates so much anxiety and uncertainty, paradise. It's very interesting. I feel like there's a deep meaning there my brain isn't quite catching. Sorry. Ask yourself, damn it. I don't understand either of these. What are we saying sorry for? That she experiences anxiety, or that there is this weird illogical beach right in front of the normal beach? We're definitely not saying, I'm not going to say ask yourself, damn it, because I don't even, sorry. Oh, that killed the music for a second. Did we kill the vibe? Oh, I hate that I just said the word vibe. Killed the mood. There we go, that's better. Did we kill the move? That's really creepy. I'm sorry for bringing that up. I didn't think it could be so...
Like I told you, nothing good comes out of it. It's hard not to see it, but my brain prefers to pretend it doesn't exist.
Probably not good to completely ignore stuff. Let me distract you. Would there be something that would make you happy? Yeah, let's make the little girl happy.
Yes. Yes. Can you play with me? Please?
Yeah, with pleasure. Yeah. What do you want to play?
Yeah. That's something you never refuse. Playing. Well, I think you can see it, and it seems pretty logical. We're on a beach. The weather is perfect, so we're going to do my favorite activity here.
Build a sandcastle?
Sit down.
Boo! We should build a sandcastle. Let's build a sandcastle. Look at all the sand. Perfect for castling.
You have been sitting next to the little girl for at least 1 or 2 or 5 hours.
That's a lot of sitting, not a lot of castle making.
5 days, maybe?
The notion of time now feels completely abstract to you. The more you think about it, the more you realize the universe isn't that horrible. The world seems neither more peaceful nor more chaotic than before. It is as noisy as it is silent, and as beautiful as it is terrifying. There is something magnificent about doing nothing. That is true. I know I was just bashing the whole we should be building a sandcastle thing, but it is very therapeutic and very peaceful and pleasant to just sit and stare, especially at a beach. A beach is a great place to sit and stare because the ocean is ever moving and ever changing, and so like it's a good thing to stare at, and smells nice. Smells like salty. Eventually, you think of nothing but the sound of waves. Can we get some sound of waves instead of this, like, gentle something followed by crashing? That's the only way I can describe the soundtrack. But just as you begin to dream away, the little girl suddenly interrupts you.
Do you know the story of the very small ant?
I do not.
An old story my mother must have told me, I think. Or maybe it was my dad.
Well, tell me the story. Story time! An old story by my dad. I think it was my dad. Yay, achievement!
It's the story of an ant so small that all it could do was observe the vastness of the world around it. For her, seeing anything else was inconceivable. Her friends, at least twice her size. The leaf that served her as a bed, at least 5 times her size. The tree, so big she couldn't even see it in her field of vision. And the river, don't even talk about it. Its currents looked like real black holes to her. No escape for the poor little ant faced with such an oversized life. She kept thinking and thinking. Was it her who wasn't made for this world? Or the world that wasn't made for her? How could she live, so fragile, so innocent, and above all, so small? And by thinking too much, lamenting.
Ooh, new word time. Lamenting. Lamenting. I will Google that later.
And crying every night. The mere idea of what her brain might look like made her panic. Her existence slowly consumed her. Maybe dying would help me think less, the little ant thought. It was on her deathbed that the ant finally understood who she was. By overthinking her life, by being so overwhelmed, wasn't she, at the end, the greatest thing to exist? At the moment of her death, the little ant felt more alive than ever. But what do you do when rest does not exist?
Oh, are we in like a dimension where we physically can't die? Well, we are talking about time passing with no end. I like that little ant story. I thought it had some really interesting, cool stuff to think about. Good stuff to think about.
You know, the real misery in this world is understanding things.
I am a believer that, ignorance is bliss. To a degree. There is always exceptions. But I do think that humanity naturally goes too far with needing to know stuff. I think curiosity is essential for living well, and you should always be curious and have curiosity in mind with everything you do. But you don't need to, in a way, fulfill that curiosity by knowing everything. There is a difference between curiosity and knowing, and it is impossible to know.
You know,
I already read them.
I thought being careless was the solution. But I realized that the second you become aware that you are breathing, you are forever trapped.
Yeah, hey everyone watching. Acknowledge your breathing. Acknowledge your blinking. Isn't that fun? How much are you breathing right now? To be fair, I get that acknowledging how much you're blinking is very annoying, but I've never had an issue with acknowledging my breathing. I think just naturally as a person, I'm always very conscious of my breathing because I use my breathing to help regulate my nervous system. I know everyone does that. That's the whole point of breathing is to regulate stuff. But I mean, if I ever get panicked, I've worked really hard over the years to be really good at deep breathing and controlling my breathing. So I'm okay acknowledging my breathing.
I don't know how or why, but we are doomed. You and I are both overwhelmed by all of this. I know, it turns out there isn't such a big difference between us after all. It's mostly about who will enjoy thinking the most.
That is a good point. Existence is really overwhelming. I like to think that every creature on the planet is equally overwhelmed by their own existence and what it means to exist. And yeah, particularly if you're a human being, humans think way too much all the time about everything, and if you can be the kind of person to embrace all that overthinking and learn to manage it, you are probably much more likely to be happy than somebody overwhelmed by thoughts. I think most of the reasons we have unhealthy coping mechanisms like drinking is to escape thought and to escape thinking. So to learn to be okay to think and be okay with thought is, a really important first step in bettering your mental health.
Who will want to discover more? Who will stop first? But above all, who will be the most afraid? Meanwhile, fragile little things like me often end up breaking. Not an ounce of solution, not an ounce of hesitation. There is no answer to the question, who are we?
Well, we can have answers. I don't like definitive language like that, okay? You can have tons of answers for questions that are profound like that. The issue is just if you obsess over if you have the right answer. There will never be a correct answer to who are we, and there'll never be one single answer to who are we. But you can make tons of answers. I can come up with, at least 5 right now. I'm not going to do that because I've been really boring, but I could come up with plenty of answers for plenty of random questions, as long as you don't worry about if you have the correct answer.
And you? Have you ever felt small?
Yes. I'm just about 5'2", which is not the shortest, but it's short enough for me to be the shortest of all my friends, so I know that's not what you mean, but I've felt pretty small before. Also, horses. Have you seen horses? Horses are so tall. Much taller than me.
What was that? What was the end again? And what about you?
We should have answered the question! I don't want to... We should... It's not me. It's not nice to just ask questions. What was the end again? What about you? I'm not sure. I feel like it'd be more polite to ask what about you, but she really doesn't seem to like it when I ask her personal questions. What was the end again? I'll just ask what about you. I know you don't seem to like personal questions, but I don't want to ask about the end. That sounds scary. And what about you? Umi, everything fades. You will fade too, someday. But for now, on this beach, there are no more questions to ask, ever again. You don't have to wait for the end to understand something. Truthfully, you've never been as free as you are this morning, this sunset. The very definition of flowing water. If you don't know who you are, then create the answer to that question yourself. Yes, I agree! You don't need to know the answer to who you are, but you can make plenty of answers yourself to answer yourself who you are. You are you, which means you can create your definition of you and be who you want to be in life. Have fun, Umi. Who do you want to be? Yes! Good job, me! I love that answer. That's funny, when you put it that way. Oh, she's smiling! We did a good job! We did a good pep talk! I like to be dramatic, but for once, it doesn't sound so bad. Answer accepted. Let me think now. Who do you want to be, Umi? Who do you want to be? You know what? I think I've thought enough here. So from today, until my next awakening, I've decided to be a little girl on the beach. Oh, no, that's sweet. That's sweet. You know, you don't overthink it too much. I am what I am, and I'm okay with that. Perfect. Yeah! I agree, me. And have you ever tried going into the water? Yes, several times. And you know very well that I hate it. Alright. But have you ever tried going into the water as a little girl on the beach? No, never. Do you think that would change the fact that I don't like water? That is a very good question. I think a lot of our dislikes and likes are very much just the thought of disliking or liking it. So, in a way, by pretending to be somebody who has an opposite preference to you, to a degree, I definitely think it would affect your preference. Whether to say you'd fully change, as in fully dislike or like it compared to your first answer, I don't know. Like, if I pick a simple example of food, I think if you don't like a food and you're going to try that food again, to give yourself the best shot of liking it, probably do pretend to be somebody else, or at least pretend that you like it, just for that moment. It's not good to pretend in life. I'm not encouraging pretending things, but just for that short moment, you need to open your mind. That's the point I'm trying to get at. You need to keep your mind open, because very thoughts like, I like this, or I don't like this, are actually very boxy. They put you in a box, this very confined box, and in order to possibly change this preference, you have to be open-minded, and an easy way to be open-minded is just to, pretend you are a version of yourself that likes that thing or dislikes that thing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I don't think the little girl on the beach loves the water. I know her. She'd rather be on the beach, I guess. Yes, but when the little girl on the beach enters the water, she turns into a little mermaid. All you have to do now is transform. I feel like we're lying. I get what we're trying to say, though. I think we're trying to have a good message, but that feels like just lying to a child. The little girl on the beach wonders if a mermaid can drown, too. Do you want me to drown? No, I don't. You think a lot for a child. She does, but you will find very profound children out there. That's true. Oh, look at her little face. Look at her little face.
But you know, children are capricious too.
Damn, you know a lot more words than me, child. Capricious. Capricious.
The little girl on the beach is very capricious. So let me have my whim and come play with me, Bella.
Oh, don't use my name. I know I gave you my name, but don't make me acknowledge myself. Aw, they're so pretty.
Umi walks away. She is happy, or at least she seems to be.
Yee!
It may be the first and last time you see her like this, but it makes you smile, a kind of pride. Like a father watching his daughter.
Aww. Umi, I would do everything to protect you, if I could, but also you must experience pain in order to have a fulfilling life, but I wish the best for you, Umi.
And yet, you already know it. Life will not often be so gentle with the little girl on earth asking why, she asking why. Umi is just fine tonight. She falls asleep peacefully, or at least it seems that way. Good night, Umi.
Oh, well, we got a lot of achievements. Welcome back, good guy, and another one I couldn't pronounce. Oh, we got the real beach. Oh, bye-bye, real beach. Bye-bye, real beach. Welcome back. Oh! I really liked that. That was very short, but it was really profound. I yapped a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna be Blobson. She will wake up on the beach. Yeah, I think there might be one other ending. Yeah, there's 2 more achievements, so I'm now gonna be very mean to her. I'm gonna be as mean as I can be, but that means I will cut to just dialogue that's different, you know, so stand by while I cut to dialogue that's different. Yeah, this was great, Blobson. I am Blobson. Bella will be nice, Blobson will be mean. We don't like Blobson. Evil Blobson. I did not expect. As I said, I didn't really know what to expect from this game. I had no expectations. This game's too good. It's making me stutter over all my words. Ask yourself, damn it. I don't care. Ask yourself more question. Ask yourself more question, damn it. What can I expect from someone who hesitates over her own name? But damn! I think the wording is a little off, but English is hard. I don't... Is this hell on earth or what? What is this mess? Don't you want to be reasonable and try to get out of it a little? The world doesn't change by standing around, doing nothing. Your world will never evolve, Umi. Oh my god, me, Blobson, we're talking to a child. Don't yell at the child, that's so mean. She's doing her best.
I've lived long enough on this beach, and believe me, the line between hell and paradise is very thin. Here, days are as long as they are short, as noisy as they are calm. What's the point in having ears if you hear nothing?
Aesthetic? You know? Like, some people wear glasses when they don't need glasses. For aesthetic. Would I have... Oh, that's a good question. This is the most profound question of the game, actually. If ears didn't function and they were just aesthetic, would I want ears? I don't think I would. I think I would just be a smooth egg brain, because I don't have any piercings in my ears. My ears are literally just there for sound. And I have a fringe, and so if I had no ears, I could just cover the space with my fringe, and then I could be a smooth-brained egghead.
What's the point of having eyes if you can't cry?
Sight. That one feels a little easier, little girl. You use eyes for seeing, and then second place is crying for eyes.
What's the point of having a mouth if you can't scream?
I have no mouth, but I can't scream reference. I have no mouth, but cannot scream. Love that game.
I have all the time in the world to think. But if there's one thing I never forget, and that always helps me, it's that I am, and will remain, a child. And a child likes to play.
I really want to know more about Umi. It seems like we at the end, we didn't talk about Umi dying, we talked about her fading away. So she does seem to be some sort of entity that exists as a child permanently, because she doesn't seem to quite act like a regular human child.
So you don't have a choice. You're going to play with me.
Oh, even our with pleasure is different. Before it was like a with pleasure with an exclamation mark, whereas now it's like a with pleasure, I guess. I guess I'll play with you because I have to play with you. I'm just gonna yap about something else. Another thought I had whilst I'm cycling through this repeat dialogue. There was the whole ant story. There was talk about how at death, that's when the ant was alive the most and had, awakened in a way, and I think that's very interesting. Oh, never mind. No yap for you. I've already got to the question. What about you got us the good ending? So we're gonna do... What was the end again? Can you remind me of the end of the story? That makes it sound like we weren't listening. So yeah, that is bad. I was just gonna say that you don't need to be on the verge of death in order to have this awakening that is described. I think it's just very common that people finally, clear their head when death is approaching, because it puts your priorities in perspective and helps your brain kind of properly organize all the jumbles and the shumbles and helps you see what matters to you in that moment. And that's really wasteful. It's so wasteful to wait to this specific moment where you're about to not exist anymore to finally correctly think. I'm not phrasing it the best because there is no correct way to think, but mostly just your priorities, reflect. Be mindful. Don't wait till death to have this magical awakening people talk about, because you can have it now. You can wake up tomorrow. You don't have to wake up on your deathbed. Anyway, can you remind me of the end of the story? Come on, entertain me, Umi.
I've always had trouble with your humor. It always ends up hurting me. You'll have other moments to make me suffer, and you'll never hesitate. I know you as if I had created you.
A child does not think. That's not very nice, Blobson. Children are very thoughtful. I am your father, your creator, from the very second you open your eyes. I am God and Father. Oh my gosh. I know you, and overthinking has never been your strength, Umi. You're better when you don't overcomplicate things. Become that thing that can be broken into 1,000 pieces again. You do it so well. Your existence is pitiful. So as pitiful as you are, let me tell you the true meaning of things. Someone like you will never move forward and will remain stuck between believing that something good will come from their existence. I read that wrong, I'm sorry. Remain stuck believing that something good. But know this, life will give you no answers. And when life gives you no answers, you must create them yourself. So do what you want to have fun, my little ant. Of course. Yes, I do. What more could I expect? I'm just a little ant on the beach, going in circles forever. Might as well change the ending sometimes. Thank you, Blobson. May life carry you away as it carries others away. Umi. Whoa. Ah! I'm sorry I was very mean. No! I'm sorry I was cruel. Whoa. No, I'm sorry I dehumanized you. I didn't mean it. Blobson didn't mean it. Fascinating. Oh, that was cool. I love those two different endings side by side. You know, that one was really dehumanizing, you know, the vocabulary of comparing us to an ant and saying that we have no choice. And yeah, I will say though, there is a tiny speck of truth in that life won't give you answers, but that's more because I don't think there are definitive correct answers to be found within life. And so I do think that it is important that you create your own answers, but you will find answers in life. There are different things that will provide answers that will help you create your own answers. There are some things out there. Life sometimes feels like it's going in circles. The little girl on Earth tells herself this forever. Oh, that's sad. Bad guy. Kids, please don't play with knives achievement. I don't know if the achievements appear on screen. They might not, but that is very funny if you were able to see those. Yeah, kids, don't play with knives. Knives are bad. Don't do it. I will give my final thoughts in the outro. Thank you. This was amazing. Outro Bella here. Yeah, I really liked this game in particular. The art style was beautiful. I loved the little animations. It was actually, I saw this game from a very small indie creator just trying to get their game out there. So I'd love if anyone who's watching this could show them some attention, because it was a very well-written game. I really enjoyed having lots to think about and all those profound things. You know, it was done just dumb enough so my brain could comprehend them and think about them and talk about them, but still very smart and profound, good for conversation. Frankly, I enjoyed yapping during parts. I don't know how entertaining that was for viewers, because obviously there was no gameplay in those moments, it was just the screen. But I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep yapping when I want to in games, so suck it up! Great game, super cool. Yippee yippee! Bye, Aries. Bye.